Laura Ingraham is the host of the Ingraham Angle. She joins us tonight. Laura, thanks so much for coming on. It's a little weird to get these lectures every day about how we have to drain the U.S. Treasury and send it to some thug in a tracksuit in Ukraine because human rights, but China is throwing people into concentration camps and no one will say one word, including John Kirby, who should be ashamed of himself?
Yeah, all the people that you mentioned, Steve Kerr, of course, LeBron James, Silver, Larry Fink from BlackRock, heads of Goldman Sachs, the Nike CEO, the U.S. media, a lot of libertarians, sadly, in the Republican Party, they're all complicit here. Let's be very clear what's going on. China is a slave state. There is no gray area. They are an evil dictatorship, and they seek world domination. Okay, they hate the blue states, the red states, and everything in between in the United States. The only people that are making billions of dollars in China care about is their own power, their own access, and their own bottom line. They'll sell out their mother for a buck, they'll sell out their mother for power, and apparently they'll sell out their national interest. So there are a lot of people who are collaborators and complicit here, Tucker, and yet they want to hold up Russia as the biggest threat in the world. I'm not saying it's not a threat, it is a threat. But comparing China with the largest standing army in the world to Russia, whose economy I believe is about the size of France's, is ridiculous.
Well, it certainly
and China, as we know, is funding the war in Ukraine right now. So I mean, I'm so glad you're doing this tonight, because this is the single biggest threat to freedom and our own sovereignty and independence in the world right now. It is in China, in our southern border.
So I'd be happy to live in a country that sort of let other countries do their thing, and they've got weird customs in Afghanistan or Brunei or Saudi or even China, whatever. And like they do their thing, we do ours. I would be happy with that. What I'm bothered by is the same people who are defending mass concentration camps in China are attacking America. These supposed Adam Silver, Eric Swalwell, Joe Biden. It's all about attacking America as immoral. Why can't they just support their own country? If they're not going to criticize China, why not support us?
Well, the Bidens have made millions and millions of dollars in China, number one. But number two, these people loathe the American tradition. They believe we're an evil, awful, racist nation with sins that can never be redeemed and can never be real. Reparations are never going to be enough. So we can never do enough to atone for our sins, in their view. And to your point about Kirby and what he would not say today, remember what Joe Biden said on June 2nd, 2020, after the Floyd protests really exploded. He said they were very legitimate grievances and they should be a wake-up call for America. That's what he said when our nations, in many cases, were erupting in violence and in flames. Yet they're mute on a slave state in China? And they're the civil rights crusaders? Excuse me, they're all frauds.
John Kirby is supposed to be an adult. He comes on Fox News. He should resign his job tonight. He should be ashamed of himself that he is a mouthpiece for this grotesque policy. And I hope that he has enough dignity and self-respect to resign.
We also need Republicans, Tucker, who are finally speaking the truth about this issue and are not beholden to the investment banks on the multilateral corporations that are continuing to fund this military regime and dictatorship in China. We see what they're doing, and it is horrific.
I agree with that completely. Laura Ingraham, great to see you tonight. Thank you.
Good to see you, Tucker. Thanks.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.